Hello friends, here I have created an app which can encrypt text and decrypt text. So first I'll show you the app and then I'll show you how I created it. So the first page contains two buttons, new note and old notes. When I click on new note, I get an edit text in which I can type something or write something. So here I have written this text. Now when I click this floating action button at the bottom, it shows save encrypted text, and when I click on this save, it is saved successfully. Now when I click on old notes, it shows all the saved text. So it is saved in the format of month, then date. So today is 18th, and then the time in minutes and seconds. So it seems this one is what I encrypted. No, this is not what I encrypted. So this is one problem, I didn't do it properly. So this is the text which I had encrypted. It is in the end. So now let's see how I made this app. In Sketchware, I have these four activities: main.xml, then new node, old node, and view node. And I have a custom view called list item. So in main, I have these two buttons, and I have an intent component. When button new is clicked, I use intent to move to new note activity, and when button old is clicked, I use this to move to old note activity. Now we move to new note activity. Here I have edit text and a floating action button. In components, I have added a shared preferences component, a dialog component, and a calendar component. In more block, I have added new items, which contains these 3 byte array. First one is ciphertext. This will store the encrypted text. Then second one is secret key, and this will store the key for encrypting the text. And third byte array is IV, which is of size 16. Then I have this encrypt more block, which contains the code for encrypting the text. The code is public static byte array encrypt, and it contains these things. So this is a byte array. It returns a byte array, and it takes our text in byte array format, plus it uses a secret key and a byte array called IV. So these three things which were there in new items will be used in the code for encrypting the text. So in the end, you can see it returns the encrypted text in byte array format. Encrypted text is a byte array here. So now let's move to the floating action button click event. So here first it uses a key generator to generate. First it defines a key generator. Then it uses this key generator to generate key called secret key, and this secret key is used to get the encrypted text. Okay, here you can see the byte array ciphertext is equal to encrypt the text from edit text 1 in byte format, and then the secret key, and then the IV. So all this is used to encrypt the text in edit text 1, and we get the ciphertext. Plus this code also encodes the secret key in byte array format called secret key n. Secret key n. So we will save this secret key n. Next is the file path. We define file path to get package data directory and calendar format. Now you can use something else to get the file path, but here I have used this month, day, minute, and seconds to get the file path. And then I save the byte array to file path. So this means I save the ciphertext to file path, and I also have to save the secret key, and that I save to shared preferences. Now let's check this more block, save byte array to file. So here I use a dialog box, and when save button is clicked in this, I define a string variable. Here I have a string variable key. So this string variable key is equal to base64.encode to string secret key n. So this will encode the secret key n, which is a byte array format, to a string format called key. Then I store this key in shared preferences using the file name as key. After this, I save the encrypted text, which is ciphertext, to file path. So here this file path is this file path, and I save it using a file output stream FOS, and here you can see this FOS writes the ciphertext, which is the byte array form of encrypted text, and then I show the message byte array written to file successfully, and then I finish the activity. So this will close the activity, and I will go back to main activity. So that's all in save byte array to file. Now let's go back to this one. So after saving byte array to file, I catch all the exceptions. Here you can see this, there is a try here, so we have to catch exception in the end. So here it does that. So now it will go back to main activity. Then in main activity we will click on old notes. So we'll go to old note activity. This activity contains a list view, and there is a custom view for this list view, which contains a text view 1 and image view 1. Image view 1 is for deleting. Okay, and in components I have added intent component and dialog component. In onCreate event, I get all the files from package data directory to a list string called files list. Then I set a number variable n to 0 and repeat for length of files list to get the file names of all the files in files list to a map list using key file name. So I add key file name to map list with value get last segment path of get at n of list string file list, and then increase 1, and in the end I display the map list in list view 2. So for displaying it in list view 2, I simply set this text view 1 to get value at position key file name of list map, and when the delete button is clicked, first I display a dialog box, and when yes is clicked, then I delete the file path from files list and delete the position from files list and the same position from map list also, and then I refresh the data. This refresh data can be found in variables. So that's about deleting the data. Now when any item is clicked, then I use intent to move to view note activity, and I save the file path from list string files list. So now we move to view note activity. This contains a text view and a button called decrypt. Here I have the shared preferences component, and in more block I have new items which contains the same things which were there in new note activity, and there is a more block called decrypt. This contains the code for decrypting the ciphertext, the encrypted text. So our encrypted text will go here, the ciphertext, and this will return a string called decrypted text. The decrypted text will be in string format. Here you can see it is a string method. So we'll use this method in button click. The method is decrypt and it takes three variables. One is byte array, second one is secret key, and third one is byte array. So now we move to onCreate event. Here I get the extra key file path from intent and we set it to a string variable called file path, and after that I use this code to read all bytes from file path, and that will be set to a byte array called ciphertext. So now our encrypted text is this ciphertext in byte array format, and then I convert this ciphertext to a base 64 string and display it in text view 1. Okay, and I have to get the key also. So from shared preferences I use the file name as key, get last segment path of file path, and set it to a string variable called my key. After that I convert this my key to a byte array called secret key n using this code. So now we have the secret key in form of byte array called secret key n and the encrypted text in form of ciphertext. So when this decrypt button is clicked, I use this code to decrypt the data. First I define original secret key using the secret key n, which is the secret key in byte array format. So from this I get the original secret key, and then I decrypt the data using this code decrypt ciphertext original secret key IV. So this will give me the string variable called decrypted text, and then I display this decrypted text in text view 1. And that's all in this video. I have already shown you the app. Thank you very much for watching this.